Hi there, I am here with Monica McLeish from Monarch Interiors. She is a local interior designer here in beautiful Squamish. She's going to take us through what she does, how her relocation from Vancouver to Squamish happened, and run you through some of the top questions that people typically have when considering either an interior designer as well as relocating from another neighborhood or different area to Squamish. So stay tuned for that. So tell me, how long have you been in interior design?
I've been in design for almost 2 decades now. I started in, I think back in 2003, and worked at a myriad of firms, had some wonderful mentors, and then in 2014 decided to open my own business. And then recently we've just rebranded to Monarch, which is my new baby, and this is the new chapter since we've moved to Squamish, so I'm very excited.
What prompted the move from Vancouver to Squamish initially?
Absolutely. I think, like so many people who have lived in Vancouver over the past 2 decades, my husband and I were growing very disheartened with the real estate market, the feasibility and the attainability of the lifestyle we envisioned for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So it was 2017 and we were thinking we'd stay for another 5 years, but we were expecting, and that was a huge determining factor in finding a new home for our new family.
You live in an epicenter for outdoor activity. What are some of the things you love to do in Squamish?
Well, even though you said outdoor, one of my favorite things to do takes place indoors, and that's dancing. There's a wonderful dance community here in Squamish, and I've actually met so many wonderful friends, a whole new network of amazing women, and that's been a huge source of happiness here for me in Squamish.
So you have a large repertoire of projects under your belt with 2 decades of experience. Is there any one in particular that sort of resonates as a favorite?
True passion is restaurant design, and one of my recently completed restaurants is the Italian Kitchen by the Global Group in Vancouver. It's on Burrard Street.
Delicious, yes.
Yes, very delicious food and lovely clients to work with. And it was a relocation as well as a renovation of an existing restaurant. So the challenge was to take an existing brand, make sure that we were still catering to those customers, but also in the transformation and the rebranding of this design, invite new customers as well. And what we did was take the old world Italian charm and put our own modern spin on it.
So as a client, when would you seek the guidance of an interior designer?
Great question. You can hire an interior designer for a full scope of services, meaning that we're with you from concept to completion. We work on new builds, complete renovations, working as a team with your builder, your architect, your engineers. So that would be the full service package.
Okay.
We can also do partial consulting, where we just create a concept for you, and then we pass the baton and you do the legwork. And if you really just want a couple of hours of consulting, we can also do that. If you're having trouble deciding on finishes for your kitchen reno, just hire us to come in for a couple of hours, give you some ideas, brainstorm. We're happy to help.
Everyone asks you this question, I am sure, but are there any home trends that are really standing out to you that you want to talk about a little bit?
Yes, I do get asked that question a lot, and I don't want to say trend is a dirty word, but
But trend is a dirty word.
There's one trend that I like for 2020. It is monochromatic interiors.
Okay.
So that's taking one color, let's say red, and making that your accent. So perhaps the wall is a very pale red, being a pink, and then you do a slightly darker couch or chair in the darker red, and then a really deep burgundy, beautiful throw. That would just be one example of how a monochrome scheme would be incorporated.
A final question for the day. Do you have any words of wisdom for someone thinking about relocating from any number of places to Squamish?
Don't come, we're full. Okay, just kidding.
That's a locals note for sure.
I would say just be aware that you're coming into a beautiful but small community, and with that comes pros and cons. So, I mean, the first pro for us was that our dollar went a lot further in Squamish than it would in Vancouver. So our quality of life just instantly quadrupled.
Absolutely.
And we just love our home here. Now, Squamish has had so much growth, and it's still a very small community, so the challenge is that we are struggling to keep up with the infrastructure. A small town, but still playing catch up on development. It's going to be a slow process, but I think it's worth it.
So that's it for today. So thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate you taking the time. Please, everyone, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell so you get notified whenever I have a new video. If you have any questions for myself or Monica, put on a comment down below and we will get those answered for you.